Hey guys, welcome to the first part of a series that I'm creating. Basically, it's a beginner series where we just break down the moves and we take our time and learn them together. I recommend that you do this class a few times, 3-4 times, and it's not as alarming as it sounds because it's going to give you the time to build strength in certain areas for your body to start to create habitual memory, so it just becomes natural and you don't have to overthink it, and you can then take those skills and grow those skills in the direction you want for your yoga. So and I won't be discussing any history or philosophy through these, but I do recommend that you take 10 to 15 minutes to choose a topic that you're interested in, and you read about it or you practice something. Like you may practice your chakras, you may practice the 8 limbs of yoga, the 4 noble truths. So you can take that in your own direction, but let's start with this class. Let's bring our nervous system down and stop. Let's stop for a minute. And then I'm going to ask you to take your hands down beside you. Let's take our hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Press our hands together so you're feeling the fingertips and the knuckles inside of the fingertips together. And you can feel that little hollow out between the palms. And then you're just gazing softly up towards your hands. Inhale and exhale. Then draw those hands down towards your heart space and have the elbows in line with the hands. Gazing softly down at your hands. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now, if it is part of your practice, you are welcome to close your eyes. If it's not part of your practice, you're welcome to have your eyes open. And then find yourself a comfortable seating position. You may stay in Baddha Konasana, where the soles of the feet are touching and the knees are out to the side comfortably. If that's not comfortable, you may place a block underneath you. If you have something like this or a blanket, maybe placing a blanket or a block underneath the sit bones to take any of the dumping off. And then we're going to push the feet away from us if we chose to stay in Baddha Konasana. Just so we're in a yin position, we're not really muscling through. We're not pushing ourselves too much. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out. Begin to check in with your breath. Noticing if it's warm as it goes in, as you inhale it, or if it's cool as you exhale, or vice versa. Awesome. Noticing if it is feeling stiff or shallow. So we're going to drop into our bodies. We're going to bring awareness to our bodies. And then we will begin to switch on our Mula Bandhas. So they are an energy locking system and they also create quite a lot of safety throughout the body. So to switch on your mulabungas, we're going to maybe cross our legs, and we're going to switch on our pelvic floor muscle. Imagine you have to go to the bathroom, but you can't find a bathroom anywhere. So you're going to switch on those pelvic floor muscles to hold, and then you're going to release those pelvic floor muscles 100%. Let them go, and then bring them up 5%. Awesome. And then we're going to elongate through the spine. So imagining each facet of the spine, creating space between both of those. And then bringing that navel in towards the spine and then pull it up. Grounding the shoulders back and down. So you're creating space between the ears and the shoulders. We're going to spread those shoulders out. Find a comfortable place for the hands, and then we're going to have the crown of the head above the sit bones. Draw the chin in towards the throat. So now that we've switched those on and we've created a really nice energy block system within the body, let's check in with the body. How is it feeling today? Is it hard to hold the body up in this upright position? Remembering we can only do what is our best every day, and that best is different every day. Some days we have better sleep, some days we're less tired, some days we have more energy, some days our bodies are stronger, and some days our bodies aren't. So we're just going to meet our bodies where they are today and becoming aware of the body. Is there anything that's uncomfortable? Do you need to switch positions? Find something comfortable for the lower back? Do you need to ease into poses today? Do you need to find comfort in those poses? Or do you need to pull away from those poses? And then bringing attention to the mind. And we're going to continue that breath work, just inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And maybe it will become easier to breathe if you were struggling with your breath today. Maybe bringing the breath down a little lower, down the spine, down underneath the belly button. Inhaling, pause and exhale. Pause. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Continuing with that. And remembering if any thoughts come into the mind, that it's okay. It might be something you need to sit with now or later. And just remembering, coming back to the breath will create space between those thoughts. So there's comfort in knowing that anything that arises and anything your body is feeling, that's okay. Now I want you to start tracing the outline of the body. As you're inhaling and exhaling, I want you to start imagining you're drawing a line around the outline of the body. Nice and slow, there's no rush, but if you need a little bit of faster pace, bring that in by all means. Starting to bring, finishing up that in your own time, and then starting to feel where the skin actually touches the air. Any exposed skin is touching the air, that outside energy force of the air and the body meeting. Feeling where the clothes are meeting on your skin. sensation of the fabric that you're wearing. Is it nice? Is it comfortable? Is it tight? And then we're going to slowly start to open those eyes up if they're closed. So very gently coming down the back. Maybe having a big stretch. Opening the heart, bringing the heart forward. And then in your own time, we're going to go into a child's pose. So we're going to come into a child's pose, and the buttocks is going to meet, the sit bones are going to meet the heels. Maybe bring the toes together. And you can have the knees together, but if you need room, like me, I like to have my knees wide apart. And then just very slowly finding your comfort. Resting the head above on the earth. Resting the head on the earth. You can have your hands any way that works for you. They can be beside you. The palms can be turned up. You can bring your hands into an offering. Two more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then starting to come back up into your senses a little bit. We're going to come and bring our knees together into hero's pose. So a nice, simple yogic pose, not complicated, not dramatic. Hands comfortably on the thighs, just gazing forward. Eyes opened, eyes closed, roll the shoulders back. Ears up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out. Let's bring the hands down beside us. We're going to sweep the hands up towards the sky. We're going to interlock those hands and turn the palms up towards the ceiling. And we're going to broaden the shoulders, make some space behind the shoulders. Spread the shoulders out, and we're going to lift and protract the arms up towards the ceiling while gazing softly up towards your hands. Now we do not want we want to avoid any crunching in the back of the neck, so it's just soft. And if that is not comfortable, you can gaze forward or bring yourself in to a neck stretch by bringing the chin down to the chest. And then warming up those shoulders and taking the arms up and down, protracting and retracting. Inhaling as we open up, exhaling as we contract down. Inhaling up, exhaling as we contract down. Two more here. Inhale, exhale. We're in no rush. Inhale and exhale. So let's bring the arms down. Let the blood rush back into them. Reset them. And let's go in for a side lateral stretch. So we're going to place the left hand onto the earth and take the right hand up towards the ceiling. And let's go in for a nice side lateral stretch. So I'll turn around for you so you can see what that looks like. We're going to open up the airways. Maybe turn the navel up towards the ceiling. Soft neck. You can either look down at your right hand or you can look up. Look down at your left hand or look up at your right hand. Inhale and exhale. Nice and simple. Really helpful if you are having any breathing difficulties. Inhale, exhale. Helping with digestion. Last breath in. Last breath out. Let's come back to the center and swap sides with this candle so I don't set my hair on fire. And other side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out. Let's come back to the center. Let the blood flow back into the arm. And we're going to take ourselves in for a nice little twist here. So we're going to take the left hand onto the right knee. And we're going to stretch and we're going to elongate through the spine. So we're going to create space in the spine. We're going to turn gently and we're going to gaze gently behind us to whatever's comfortable for your bone structure. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to sip the breath here because it's not as easy to breathe when we're in a twist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, last breath out. Let's look forward gently and then we come into the unraveling for safety. And let's repeat that on the other side. I will turn, you stay there. So elongate through the spine and gently turning. There should be no pressure here. Inhaling and exhaling. Twisting is helpful for neutralizing the spine. Can be detoxifying, can be energizing, and it can help with any digestion. Last breath in, last breath out. Gaze to the front of the room and then unravel. We're going to go into a camel pose. Now if you have blocks, it's really handy to have blocks next to you or some pillows if you wanted to take it deeper and you're ready to. So I will show you what that looks like. So we're going to come up. I'll turn around, you stay there. And we're going to tuck that tailbone to where it's comfortable. Roll the shoulders back. Let's take the flats of the hands down towards the sacrum. So you've got the fingers facing down. Inhale. Exhale. Let's roll the shoulders back and open up the heart for a slight back bend. Just gazing in front of you for safety. If you do take the head up a little bit, try not to crunch the back of the neck. Maybe see if you can bring those elbows together, if that's comfortable for your structure. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, last breath out. Take yourself into a child's pose to counterbalance. We want to neutralize that spine. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths there. Last breath in, last breath out. We can come back up into that. Finding the legs nice and comfortable. Tucking that tailbone, switching on our bundas, rolling the shoulders back. Now you have the option of staying here, or maybe if you have a block, Taking your blocks, rolling the shoulders back for safety. Open the chest up and leaning onto your blocks. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out. Gently come forward. Wriggle your way out of that gently. It's a little bit of a shimmy. Never rush your way out of any moves or back bends. It's not worth it if you injure yourself. Okay, so we can go into a really nice flow here. So let's go in and neutralize the spine. Go in for a nice child's pose again. 3 breaths. Last breath in. Last breath out. Lifting the head and coming out of that. Now, you can stay in child's pose or take on your form of camel. I'm going to show you a sweet little flow. So taking the left hand onto the left heel, and it's really good for opening up the hip area. And we're going to take the right hand up and lift the pelvis towards the ceiling. Inhale as we open. Exhale, come down. And we're going to swap sides. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then you can find your flow. You can add any intuitive move that your body might be asking for. Two more on each side. Quite energizing, heart opener. And slowly finishing up. So we want to slowly come out of moves. We don't want to jolt the body. And then we're going to come into a nice cat-cow. So you have the option of doing cat-cow like on the knee still. I'll explain it. So this would be on the knees. Or you can go into a seated cat-cow. So we cross the legs, hands are on the knees still. So if your knees don't like that, you may like this version. But we're going to go into a tabletop cat-cow if your knees are comfortable. So you choose your version. So when we go into a cat-cow, hands directly underneath the shoulders. Set the knees up. Maybe you want to put a blanket under your knees. Underneath the hip bones. So you're in a tabletop position. Looking forward, gazing, not crunching the neck. We're going to inhale. And as we inhale, we're going to scoop the belly out. And we're going to tuck the tailbone and tuck the chin to chest. Inhale, we drop the navel down towards the mat, and then our tailbone goes towards the ceiling. We pull the shoulders away from the ears, just to create space there. Inhale, exhale, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest. Inhale as we open up, navel towards the mat. Exhale. Pull that navel up, really scooping. Inhale. Now that you've done a few of those, we want to think about maybe adding protracting out of the shoulders and then retracting as we drop the navel. So protract, drop the chin to chest, tuck the tailbone, push out of the shoulders. Inhale. Navel towards the mat. And we come back, bring the shoulders back in. Exhale. Push out of the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone and tuck the chin. And let's just try 3 or 4 of those by ourselves. if you've chosen this version. Let's bring our feet, come into sitting into traditional staff pose. And there's a lot of beauty in the traditional poses. And there's a lot of beauty in the modern poses, the modern take. So sometimes let's just bring it back to basics. Sitting and breathing. Now you can have your toes facing away from you, where they're facing the wall, or you can bring the toes and dorsiflex them towards you. Maybe pull the knees up, switching on any quads, your quads, and then maybe bringing in a little bit of movement. Taking care of the ankles and the feet, acknowledging how they have served us today, what they have done for us, and then find stillness. Inhale and exhale, extending through the spine. Two more breaths, inhale, exhale, last breath in, last breath out. Give the legs a little shake and let those muscles go. We're going to come up to some standing poses. So find your way to the front of your mat, have a drink of water if you need to. We're going to practice half sun salutation. So Surya Namaskara is a Sanskrit name, but we're just going to practice half of those. But first of all, we're going to come into mountain pose. So you want to be at the front of your mat essentially, but I will stand here just for the video. Just finding your groove, finding your grounding, pressing those feet maybe just forwards and backwards. Start to push the big toe out and the small toe, and then pushing into the heel. So you're feeling those three elements on the base of the foot. Lift the toes up, spread the toes out. And that's going to help you with finding that grounding. Beautiful. So when you feel like you've done that, we want to also lift up through the instep. So we're really feeling the entire foot, the base of the foot, depending on the way our feet are formed on the bottom. Loosening the toes, not scrunching them, having the ankles stacked nicely. I'm going to turn. And then we're going to look at our legs. We're going to pull our knees up, switching on our quads. And then looking at our pelvic bowl, we're going to find our middle plumb line, our nice line. So these are foundational poses, and when the body can start to understand these and take them into your daily lives, your posture will change, you become more aware of your posture, your breathing will change, and your energy, you may notice energy changing as well, because we're breathing and our body's functioning really nicely. So let's find our plumb line. So tilt our pelvic bowl forward. Now tilt our pelvic bowl backwards to the back of the room. Now let's find the middle line and bring it in between that. Let's switch in on our bandhas, drawing, and then go in, towards the spine and up, elongating the spine. If you know mountain pose, rock on into it. Then we're going to roll the shoulders back. Let's have the head again over the sit bones. Draw the chin in just a touch. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe bring the chest in just a touch. Inhale, exhale. Optional, you can have the toes together and the heels slightly apart. But if that's not comfortable for your ankles, by all means. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, last breath out. We're going to go in, follow that with a half sun salutation. So, stand out in front of your mat if you're not there already. We're going to keep that foundational mountain pose, Tadasana, I should have mentioned, is the traditional Sanskrit name. Take the hands up all the way to the ceiling. Feel those hands touching. Inhale and exhale. Draw those hands down through the body's midline and softly bend the knees for safety and take the hands towards the earth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Inhale, let's come up at the hips, hinging slowly up through the hips, hands all the way to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, draw the hands down through the midline. Soft bend in the knees, hands down towards the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back, look forward. So you're placing the hands on the shins, or you can have the hands down on the earth. My arms are not long enough. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, hands to earth. Inhale, hands all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the hands down through the midline, hands to the earth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, hands to earth. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands down through the midline to the earth. Soft bend. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands down through the midline. Inhale, flat back, look forward. So you're creating a nice 90-degree angle. Exhale, hands down towards the earth. Inhale, hands towards the ceiling. And do 2 more of those in your own time. You may follow by watching me, or if you're in a class, you could watch your neighbour. Now take your hands down to the earth, finish at the earth, and we'll go into a nice resting ragdoll pose. So both hands on each elbow, or you can have your arms loosely hanging, that's optional. Maybe bring in a small sway, loosening up, or you can find stillness in this pose. So stay in there. Now we're going to rise up from that pose. Inhale and slowly start to roll up, vertebra by vertebra, just becoming aware of the spine. We're going to go into chair pose. Straight into a chair pose. Now let's not bring the knees together. Remember not to bring the knees together. We're going to have nice, comfortable, that's not good in the long term on your joints. Bringing the sit bone back. I personally like to tuck my tailbone, but then there's other people that like to have their bottom out. That's going to be you finding what works for your body. So that might not be comfortable for you. So inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Folding forward, soft bend in the knees. Inhale and exhale. Let's rise up into chair again. So setting ourselves up. We don't have to be this low. Your chair may be here today. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out, hands down to the earth. We're going to go into a half lunge. So making sure you're at the front of the mat. We're going to kick back the right leg, step back. Drive that heel back to the back of the room. Using the balls of the feet, we're going to set ourselves up. Let's bring the thighs together. When you have enough balance, you will come up. If you know how to go into a lunge, go for it. You can be on your knee, or you can play with this one. Inhale, exhale, remembering, tucking the tailbone. Elongating through the chest, driving the back of that knee towards the ceiling. If that's comfortable for you, driving that heel towards the back of the room. Holding my bum. And when you are comfortable, you can stay here. This might be enough for you today. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out. Hands down to the earth, one on each side of the foot. Pick that right leg up and bring it in line with your other foot. Inhale and exhale. Opposite side. Left foot, kick it back. Set your foot up. Ball of the feet, drive the heel back. I did forget to mention, having that knee pointing towards the big toe is going to really help you finding your balance. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last breath in, last breath out. Hands to the earth. Bring your left leg up and then in line. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to go into our flow. So inhale, exhale, right leg up. Take it back to the back of the mat. Set yourself up. We're going into warrior two. Take that back heel to the back of the room. I don't know if you can see. The back heel down onto the earth. And we're going to have our foot, I'll turn around. We're going to have our foot on a 45-degree angle. So we're going to come from here, back foot down from the lunge. Set ourselves up, similar foundation. Inhale and exhale, let's open up. Arms are in line. We're gazing softly down the middle finger for a drishti gaze. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out. We're going to go into peaceful warrior. So we lean forward, flip the hand, come back. Maybe gazing down at your foot, or you can gaze at your hand if you want, bringing in a straight leg. Inhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, exhale, peaceful warrior. Straighten the front leg, warrior two. Two more. Breathing. So by now you should have quite a bit of heat in the body, because I definitely do. Finishing up there, we're going to go in to a side ankle pose, which I love because I just feel like I can have a good rest. Keeping that knee bent. Let's take the left arm onto that bent knee, or whichever side you're on. And we're going to drive that That's my left arm on my left knee. I'm going to drive the right arm up. Now we can gaze again, softly at our hand, where we're soft on the back of the neck. Inhale and exhale. Let's take the hips back. So we don't want our hips to be forward like this. We don't want to be back like this. We want to draw a straight line from the foot all the way to the hand. Now I can't see, so hopefully it looks pretty straight. Inhale, bend into that front knee maybe a little more. Exhale, push out through the hand. Last breath in, last breath out. Let's go into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Straighten that front leg, drop that left hand anywhere that's comfortable. It could be on the shin. Soft knee, we're not locking that knee. And then we're going to stack the shoulders upon each other. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Navel up, last breath in, last breath out. Let's take the hands down to the earth. Often teachers will say windmill, so one hand on each side. Now we're going to lift up that right foot and bring it back in line. So just a nice easy way to get to the front of the mat. And we're going to do that on the other side. So you stay where you are and I'll turn. All right, so we're going to go into Warrior Two. So starting off, hands down to the earth, soft bend, lifting up that left leg, and then we're going to place it on the earth on a 45-degree angle and have that heel, bring it down to the mat. Bend into that front knee, knees facing the big toe, and when you're ready, coming up. Hands can stay here. Thinking about the posture, thinking about the spine, thinking about the shoulders. Are they up towards your ears? We often can walk around with our, walk around with our ears really close to our shoulders in a sedentary position. So let's relax the nervous system. When you feel like you are comfortable, you can stay here or you can come to Warrior Two. Opening up, inhale, exhale, bend into that front knee. Exhale, nice little space between is nice. And if it's comfortable, lining up the heel with the other heel. Last breath in, last breath out, peaceful warrior. Straighten the front knee for a little flow. Warrior Two, peaceful warrior. Warrior Two, peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Warrior Two, peaceful warrior. Two more. Last breath in, last breath out. Side angle pose. Right arm comes onto right leg, still bent, driving up. The left foot, from the left foot to the left hand, bringing the navel up, hips back, as if there's a glass pane behind you. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, last breath out. We are going to go into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So straighten that front leg, soft. Drop the hand to where it's comfortable. Stack the shoulders, gazing at your foot or gazing at your hand. Remembering to breathe. We'll cool the body down. You hold on to that breath. You're likely to get quite hot. My air conditioner is not installed in here yet, so last breath in, last breath out. Take the hands down to the earth, one on each side. We're going to turn that back heel and come back toes in line, and just lowering our head down. The side of the mat. We're going to come into a nice goddess pose, a little bit of a Asana. So we're going to take the legs to an extended wide feet pose. Heels are in and toes are out. Now we don't want to force it, it's just comfortable. And we're going to come in, bring the hands down to the earth, drop the head, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. So we're going to have the sit bones in line with the heels, essentially. You can have the hands in line with the toes, if that's comfortable. If not, you can walk them forward just a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, last breath out. Let's bend the knees, bring the sit bones down towards the earth, and then bring them back up. We're going to come up, flat back, look forward. We're going to rise up, keep our feet where they are, and we're going to drop down. Take the sit bones down and bend the knees. So essentially we are in a goddess pose. It's quite a strong pose. And you may feel a little bit of burning, but any shaking or burning, just some energy coming and moving in the body. Any energy you have in the body that might be stuck, it's going to move around, cause a little bit of shaking, come up and out. So it's actually really good for you. Let's sit into that. Hands up, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's bring our hands into a prayer pose. Elbows in line, just nice and easy. Let's fold forward. Inhale, just hinting at the hips. Exhale, coming back up. Inhale and exhale. Normally I would take you into an eagle arm, but I think you've done quite a lot of work in this beginner tutorial. Hands up, inhale, exhale over to the right, inhale, exhale back to center, inhale, exhale over to the left, inhale, exhale back to center, and let's loosen the legs up. Let's bring them back up, straighten them up, nice and gentle, and come back onto the earth. So we're going to sit down onto the floor. And we're going to come into a nice staff pose, just to reset ourselves. Because we were, maybe take the hands behind us, hands down to the earth, toes, fingers away. Just open up the chest, inhale and exhale. No rush, inhale and exhale. Now we're going to come down onto our stomachs. We're going to come into a cobra pose. So hands beside the shoulders. Stretch out through the legs. When we're ready, we're going to line our crown up with our spine and gently come up to your, no pushing, just nice and gentle. Could be here, could be here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out. Finishing off that back bend. Slowly come down as if it's vertebra by vertebra. Nice and slow. It's always a tongue twister, vertebra by vertebra. See? And let's rest the head. So head is on top of stacked hands. For a breath of 3. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, last breath out. Let's come back up to a cobra. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, gazing in line with the spine. Last breath out, coming back down. Beautiful. Then pushing yourself back into a hero's pose. Gently coming into a hero's pose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to bring our legs around gently in front of us. And we're going to come into a boat pose. So with bent knees, we place the hands behind the backs of the thighs. And we draw, so we want to sit. We want to elongate through the spine first, draw the navel in, use the strong part of our sit bones, roll the shoulders back, draw the knees, the toes towards you. Inhale, maybe lift the feet a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, last breath out, and come back down. Again. Now we'll go up. Maybe if you're feeling it, that felt okay, you might take your legs up to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, exhale, shaking is normal. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, last breath out. Gently bring the feet back down. And have a little rest here. So I think we'll try a third one. Your choice, or you can fully extend the legs. Setting yourself up. Ooh, a bit of a shake today. Last breath in, last breath out, coming back down. And we're going to go into Ardha Mudrasasana. So it's a slight twist. We're going to bring the left leg over the right knee. Keep the right leg straight. So you've got a nice soft bend in that knee and it's in line. It's just resting on the outside of that knee. We're going to extend through the spine again. So these are our foundations to getting into our poses and protecting ourselves. We have a long spine. Draw the abs in. Now we're going to take the opposite arm to the bent knee, and we're going to extend through the spine and then slowly twist the navel towards the bent knee and bring that hand over the bent knee. Now if you're feeling that that's okay, that's enough, so you can stay there, or you can bring that elbow over, then bring the free hand towards the back of the mat. Maybe take the hand back a little to create a little bit of space, and then we're going to gaze softly. Draw the navel in and sip the breath. Inhale and exhale. Sip the breath in, out. Last breath in, last breath out. Now we gaze forward first, and then we slowly unravel. No rushing out of that. And let's do that on the other side. So I'll turn around. Setting up the spine, setting up the shoulders. Last breath in, last breath out, gazing forward, And then releasing the body. And then it's time for Shavasana, corpse pose. So just taking yourself down to the earth and resting. Coming back, starting to find your natural, everyday breath. Just any muscles that you have contracted, let them go. Maybe take the feet as like a windscreen wiper, side to side. And then let those feet flop out to the side. Hands essentially down beside you. But if you know me, I love my arms up above me. There's nothing more relaxing than that. Staying in your Shavasana resting pose, begin to think about a space that you've created throughout that class. How the body is feeling at the end of the class in comparison to how you were feeling at the beginning of the class. Did some things make sense? Did some things not make sense? And I'll leave you to start to come back to your senses. You're welcome to stay in that resting pose as long as you need to. But if you can go over to your favourite side and bring yourself to a seated position. Coming up, let the head be the last element of the body to come up. So we're not rushing out of that. We're learning to slow our pace down through the art of yoga. We can start to see everything we're doing and work in a more methodical and move more methodically in our daily lives. So these teachings, they give us space between our actions and our reactions. And I know from experience how I'm less reactive these days, but I'm human, and we will always, revert back to some of our old styles. But I'm less reactive because of the practice of yoga in a nutshell. So let's find in a nice spine, a nice comfortable seated position, and we'll finish class off. Inhale, hands all the way to the ceiling. Press those hands together, those fingers together, and feeling the hollow out between the palms. Gazing at our hands softly, let's draw the hands down towards the heart space again. Inhaling and exhaling, where our love and kindness sits. Let's open up that. Let's bring our arms forward and open that up. Let's cultivate the space and the seed in our heart. Inhale, hands all the way to the ceiling. Exhale. Bring our hands down towards our third eye, our thumb space towards our third eye. This is where our insight lies. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And again. Hands to the ceiling. Draw the hands down to the belly button. Our intuition lies. Our belly, they say, is like a second brain. It's very intelligent. So thank you. Any questions? Contact me at Ocean Asana Yoga. I appreciate you joining me on my channel, and I honestly hope it helps you build confidence on the mat. So eventually you will outgrow me and you will find other teachers, but I have quite a big passion for building confidence on the mat for beginners. So being a part of someone's beginning journey is really important to me. It's what I like to bring to the yoga community, and then set you free into the world. Thank you very much.